that means the table looks like this, and the big jumpers are Newcastle out of the bottom 3, up to 16, 8 points from 8 games, and it means Everton, who've lost 5 of their last 6 league games, are now in the bottom 3. Manchester United, who'd already dropped to 12th courtesy of Wolves' win earlier in the day, are in 12th position, but just look at the points tally. They are only 2 points above Everton. They have 9 points in their opening games. That is their worst points tally at this stage of a league season since 1989. Well, most expected that gap at the top to be closed today with Manchester City at home to Wolves. It hasn't been. It is 8 points between Liverpool and Manchester City after 8 games. Arsenal back into the top 3 with that win over Bournemouth at the Emirates. Leicester occupying the other championship. Their father, David Longstaff, played ice hockey for Great Britain. They grew up just down the coast from Newcastle. I mean, listen, we're all fathers. We've all got sons. I mean, you couldn't script that story, really, could you? In the modern Premier League era, with all the money that's swashing about in the game and the great foreign stars that come to the game and enlighten our game, to get a story like that from grassroots.
But you know, the beautiful thing about football is every time you step on that pitch, you have an opportunity to showcase yourself, whether you're an academy kid, you didn't cost a pound, like the Longstaffs, so the 2 brothers, or you play against a player, whether it's Fred or any of those boys, it costs 50 million. You're on there, you got a chance to show yourself. And those 2 kids, they did themselves so proud, Newcastle and their dad and their whole family, because they outperformed a Manchester United team that's full of stars. And in the end, football isn't about names. It's about application and effort and intensity. Those boys summed that up. And I thought it was brilliant to watch. I love seeing young kids come through because they invest everything. And right now, United aren't investing everything. And that's why they are where they are, 12. So 2 points off the bottom 3. It doesn't even sound true.
I'm sure all your parents were delighted when you got through. But to get 2 into one team, your boyhood team, and then see the youngest one in his debut strike a ball like he did for the winning goal.
Yeah, that is great. But listening to them, during that interview, it's just Matthew Longstaff. He's like constantly smiling. He's having fun. So, he's like for 5 minutes, he's talking and smiling and enjoying it. And he played so well. Both of them did, really. And that is what I like to see, These guys, and they're still very young, they're just having so much fun. And they are showing it on the pitch and off it. Great.
He said in the interview, was it hitting hope? It was a little bit more than that, Michael, in fairness.
Well, I think when it's rolling back like this, you are thinking, keep it down, knee over and strike it as hard as you can. There's time and a place for hitting it hard. There's a time and a place for finishing, in terms of placing with less power. But at that point, if you side foot it and try to go for a corner, you're not going to get enough power. The goalkeeper will drop his cap on it. So at that point, you're just thinking as hard as you can, knee over the ball, keep it below the bar and smack it. And smack it hard.
I mean, yours at 17 when you came on wasn't a winning goal, but bottle that feeling when you're a young teenager like he has today, at the club he's come through like you did, and that ball hits the back of the net in a league you've watched from a sofa that you're now scoring in.
Yeah, you've got a couple of different emotions, I think. You live in the present and you're thinking, just this is all my dreams come true. But the dust will settle soon. Maybe it'll take 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, and then you'll start thinking, right, I belong in this team now. I'm going to be starting the next game. Now I've got to become a regular. Now I've got to become an international. So if you think like a champion, if you think that you're going to be a top player for years to come, your mind starts changing, starts developing, starts having different targets. So yes, he'll love it for now. We all should love it for now. I mean, what great seeing someone smiling like that. But as I say, dust will settle and he'll start, right, everyone will be getting carried away around him. He'll start having a different view on life, a different take on his career. And that'll be interesting to see how he does in the coming weeks.
Wow. Just let him enjoy tonight. Good advice. The other side of this story, of course, is another defeat for Manchester United and another away game at 11 now in all competitions without a win. Let's get the thoughts of their manager, Ole Gunnar Robben. He said try and sort the players' heads out there. I mean, how does he go about doing that in this current predicament for United?
You can see he's struggling there, if I'm really honest, during this interview. And I get it. It is difficult, if you're the manager of Manchester United in this period of time. So he's searching for words. Maybe choose a few wrong ones there. Because as a player, what does that mean? Yeah, searching. He said something like searching their heads out, or what does that mean? If you're a player, you're a little bit like, my head's fine. Even though that you can see that the players are low in confidence. He needs to find a way to reconnect again and to get them high in confidence. As a manager, when your team is low in confidence, get them up. When they're too high in confidence, when they're becoming a little bit too much, then you have to get them back to the middle again. That's your job. He needs to sort that out. But at the moment, based on this interview and based on what I've seen in the game, I'm not sure if he really knows to find the buttons there.
Think about the start of the game. One position he's never played in the Manchester United shirt is left wing. He starts on the left wing. Everybody moans that he plays on the right. Then he plays on the left for some reason. Pereira is a number 10. He plays on the right. Rashford's struggling for confidence. We're not sure if he's a number 9. He plays up top. Fred is, feels sorry for him because he's struggling in the United shirt. So you've got so many people in positions which aren't even their own. Ashley Young, he's playing left back. I mean, the only bright spot I'd say today was Tuanzebe. I thought he played really well. But the rest is so far off what you'd expect. I feel sorry for United fans because this is going to take a long time to fix.